Dragon Quest VII: Fragments of the Forgotten Past is a JRPG released initially on the PS1 but was then remade for the 3DS in 2015. Given by its name, Dragon Quest VII is the 7th mainline Dragon Quest game and was altogether well accepted and liked by the community. The 3DS remake does a very good job at fixing some of the more annoying features of the PS1 original version. In this mini-series I will fully play through all of the Dragon Quest games and then rank them. So, if you enjoy this video then please show some support and subscribe. Right, let's get into Dragon Quest VII. Nicknamed Oster, our Saturday protagonist is a young boy from a small fishing village named Pilker Bay. He is the son of Pollux and Pearl. From a young age he befriends a boy named Kiefer, and together they dream to travel the world but can't, due to them both being bound to stay on the only island in the world. Kiefer is the Prince of Estard and next in line to the throne, but instead he wants to travel the world. We then meet Maribel. Maribel is Mayor Mead's daughter and friend of Hero and Kiefer. She yearns to travel with men on the boats, but isn't allowed to, neither is our hero, for being too young, and possibly because sexism. Later down the road we meet Ruff, a wolf who's been turned into a human. That's really all there is to say about him. We also meet Sir Mervyn and Ash, but because of spoilers I'll go over these later. This game has tons of side characters that you meet just once or twice, then perhaps never see again. But personally, I think this is one of the game's greatest strengths. While you meet all these different characters, you have a chance of seeing them again, which makes sense once you understand the setting of the game. The island you inhabit is the only island in the world, but Kiefer and our hero smell BS, and instead break many rules to finally encode the mystery of the Shrine of Awakening. When obtaining tablets found throughout the world, you unlock pieces of the past, and it is your job to unlock the past, which then saves them and brings that island into the future. As you slowly unlock the world, you find out more of what is actually going on and why these islands were sealed away, which can be quite rewarding. Slowly but surely, you uncover all of the islands once sealed away. Koichi Sugiyama, composer of the Dragon Quest VII soundtrack and all other Dragon Quest soundtracks, did a very good job on making the soundtrack. However though, it gets very old, especially at times when it's played constantly. But nonetheless, the soundtrack is amazing. I've listed some notable ones on screen. The 3DS remake does a lovely job of making the graphics look enjoyable and really brings them up to date. It's very good for a 3DS game, but sometimes there are performance issues, especially when entering a menu or going into battle. Frame rate drops are frequent, and lag is very common. Sadly, a patch was never updated to fix this. The pacing of this game is very slow. Battles take ages, cutscenes take ages, and story developments can get very dull and very repetitive. This, however though, is a good strength because at the same time it gives you that slow tension and slowly building towards something bigger. And when these moments happen, it's a lot more impactful than if it was to be very fast-paced, but like I said, it's slow. Unbelievably slow. It's a rinse and repeat type of game. You go to an island, you kill the boss, you free the island, you go to it in the present, you pick up its tablets, and then you do the same thing over again. Slowly, it does open up the overarching story, which again is very rewarding, but it takes far too long. Overall, the gameplay is fine, I guess. A few puzzles here and there, but battles can be a pain. In this version, there are no random encounters. However, the amount of monsters spawning is very tedious and very frequent. I had to break game mechanics like going into the menu so that monsters pass me so I don't have to fight them. A strength of this game though is the vocation system. It's a great way to fully customize your character, skill sets, and create classes that you want. However though, you can only retain the spells and abilities from beginner classes, not intermediate or advanced, which means when you kinda get to the end of the game, it gets very difficult to choose which vocation, and then you kinda just have to stick to the one, so you don't really get to customize it at all. Vocations also take a lot of battles to master. It's probably why there's so many high encounters. But personally, I kinda enjoyed trying to learn all the stages of vocations. It did take a long time, but I think it was kinda worth it, and it wasn't always a bad thing. This game typically spikes though every few islands. Instead of like a gradual increase, it kinda just zigzags, which means some battles are very easy and some are very difficult. But overall the game is quite easy, I'd say, once you get a good idea of a battle plan and you customize your characters the way you want to. The only place this game can go now is just in the top spot. I think it sits quite nicely there for now, but over the coming, well, who knows how long it'll take, but over the next few games and over the next few videos, we will decide where and what games go around it. Side note, sorry it's taking so long to publish something. I know I said I wasn't going anywhere, and I did. For about 6 months, so my deepest apologies. This series is hopefully going to re-spark some creativity in this channel, so look forward to it. Thank you. Alright, see you later.